as you can tell, it's saying about skateboarding new parks. Now, what I want to say is, well, whenever you go to a new park, um, you probably skate around it a little bit, just a zone around it. But today I actually went out to a new park, um, and to be honest, I don't even know what I did there because it was new to me. But it was just one of those things. And with that being said, it was. I mean, coming up to the new skate park, it was okay. And I knew whenever I go to the park, it was not going to have a lot to do with um, for the space that was in there. What's up? Nothing happened. I'm just putting this on. It's been a while, but going to this new skate park, I didn't expect much going to the skate park because how small it was. But the thing is, I just wanted to go to the skate park. I just wanted to go to the skate park and see what's out there. So I couldn't really just go there and skate. So it was all new, fresh to me. It was just fresh to me. So I just didn't know where to go there. I knew from, like I said, that I knew from the space it was that I wanted to be able to do much, but it was great. I just went on the little mini ramp and just went back and forth and everything. So, trying new stuff there and getting back into it because I haven't skated and or actually tried going back into skateboarding in like for a year now. So the skateboard I'm using right now is this one right here. That's what I skate on right here. Now the reason why it's the Samantha Brevard. Now the only reason why it was the way it is because of the fact that Zoomies had it for $30, $40, $50. And so I said, you know what, screw it. It was the only board they had on sale. So, whenever you go to the skate shop and you don't have much to spend for, you don't know how much to spend at you have a little less to go with. So you want to get the cheapest skateboard there and work with what you've got. And so when I got this board, I only had a certain amount of money to spend, and they offered me the skateboard because there was nothing else I was going to ride. And if anyone's wanting to know why this is on, it's just because I want to have it on. Hey. But going into Zoomies, I went in there and had a little bit of money, and this is the only one they had. I didn't care about the Purple Hearts. I didn't care about that nonsense. I needed a board. I needed a skateboard. So I've had it for almost maybe a year or a year and a half maybe. But I would always go there and try to get the cheapest skateboard because I don't always have to go there and spend so much. I work with little, not a lot, so with what I have right here is what it is. So when I went to the park today, I didn't expect to do much because I'm coming from an injury and everything. So from that injury, I didn't want to hurt myself too much. I didn't want to hurt myself too much. And also, I haven't skated like that in almost a year and a half, so I don't know. Um, with that being said, I went there and skated a little bit, but it was the whole skate park, the ramps, the mini ramps. You know, all of it was black. That's what it was. Um, so with that being said, I never seen one. I've only went to skate parks where it's it's wood color. The color of it is wood color, not solid black. I've been to stainless steel skate parks, you know. So with what you'll be riding on will be a stainless steel. So the small one I went to, it put out a lot more than what I'm used to. So where I really came from, they came up with another park, they made another park, and it has a bigger bowl, it has like a huge bowl inside of the middle of it. But now going to this park, it kind of reminded me of some little small skate park, you know. So what's up, Crow? What's up, Crow? The skate park, I mean, I was surprised for what it had. It offered a 3-stair, a mini ramp, a ledge of a curve with a little table behind it, kind of thing. The funny thing is there were some people there, but they kind of left because I had a skateboard and they had rollerblades. They had rollerblades, I had a skateboard, and they kind of left. So it kind of like, all right, fine, I got the whole park to myself. If you ever skated and if you ever skated in a park all just for yourself, you have the whole entire park to yourself. And it's like, do I really got this whole thing to myself? So I couldn't really do much because I'm not used to a park having nobody in it. Because the park I come from, there's so many other people there, and I'm not used to having all the space to go. And well, that's good. Andrew Tate. Oh, I know about that guy. Well, good. You should. But with going to another skate park, it was. I shouldn't have read that. But like I said, coming from a skate park that has a lot of people involved in that skate park, going to a park that nobody goes to, it kind of throws me way off. And having the park to myself made it great. It almost made it too great to me. And with having a little injury, I didn't want to do so much. I didn't want to do so much at this park, you know? I couldn't risk doing that. It's either get the injury and make no money the next day, or get the injury and not be able to work the next day. You know what I mean? So it's kind of why I don't go skateboarding the way I used to, because it could risk going to work and making money. So, you know, with all that being said, it's going to the new parks. It's great. It's awesome going to a new skate park. It is so awesome because it's like, whoa, dude, you got all this room. It's sometimes usually bigger than what you're used to. It's usually, a, it's like, dude, why didn't we have this thing over here and put it over there? Because I come from a concrete skate park. Just everything's concrete. The mini ramps, the kicker ramps, the stairs, not the rails. The rails are all good. You know, the rails are all there. But the only difference between this skate park and the skate park that I'm used to, it didn't have a bowl. It did not have a bowl. They didn't have they didn't what was it called? Let's see. What's good, Master? Nothing much, man. Do a thug shake? No, I'm good. What is this new thing that people are coming along with? But no, sometimes I give a lot of credit to small skate parks because they're just trying to reach out to the community and say, hey, we got a skate park. And I mean, dude, skateboarding has always been one of those things that I go to. It's like it gives me more clarity. It's just like, when I'm skateboarding, it's just like, dude, you know, without doing tricks, because doing tricks, I don't do much tricks. Before the skateboard, I had a longboard, so having that longboard kind of kept me from doing a lot of tricks, so I don't know much about the tricks. I mean, I still know how to do the ollie. I barely land the kickflip, so I could do the nollie pop shove it. What else? I have no idea. I don't remember. Pop shove it. Nollie pop shove it. Nollie pop shove it. Oh, the little old school trick. The bus stop. Whenever you have the board on your toes, you flip it up, you flip it over. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Scooby-Doo? You see all these people trolling? Mock them away. Go for it. Mock them away. There's my moderator right there. Do your thing. But going to these skate parks and having a small skate park, you gotta give them credit having a small little skate park. You know, I think there could be more skate parks around for what is available. You know, we have all these parks and everything, and every one of them have a basketball, soccer, you know, I have all those, but I only know 2 parks that has 2 skate parks. And these 2 skate parks that are in these big parks do not have a bowl. So, I mean, I understand because they only have a certain amount of space to do so. Um, so, and plus the funding. Um, Back in the day, I think there was a thing going on funding skate parks for the communities. You know, the community has a lookout for skateboarders. You know, I understand a lot of people don't like skateboarders because they supposedly destroy things. You know what I mean? But I think if we could provide more skate parks to the community, I think that, I mean, dude, skateboarding is just like, one, is very hard to do sometimes. It is very hard to learn how to skateboard, and some people would rather do other things, but thank you for viewing and thank you for watching. So with that being said, it's hard to learn how to skateboard. It's very hard. It's almost like riding a bike in a way, but then again, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? It's very hard. Like, you got to figure out if your what's up? Faither, what's up? Trying to learn how to skateboard, it is tough. You know, it's not like riding a bike. You're not able to ride a bike without falling. When it comes to skateboarding, you're going to fall all the time more than anything. You're going to fall a lot skateboarding because, I mean, there's pebbles. You got a lot of these pebbles out there. You know, okay, that question, that answer is, you know, I was a kid. I was a kid. I was 8 years old whenever I first got my little skateboard, and it was an alien workshop. I didn't start learning how to do I only know like 4 tricks. I only know how to do like 4 or 5 tricks, but it took me a long time to actually try to learn how to do a kickflip. And the ollie is very hard to actually. It's actually hard to do. I know whenever I first learned how to do it and actually landed it, it was on a stainless steel board on a rainy day. Because I'm like, okay, it's raining, it's a stainless steel board. I didn't know what kind of brand it was. I didn't know anything, you know. What's up? Did I do Memory 67? When I learned how to skateboarding, no one really taught me how to do it because I just felt it's almost common sense, but later on, I didn't even know what stance I was. I didn't know if I was goofy. I didn't know there was such thing as regular. I didn't know. Like whenever Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out on PlayStation, I was like regular, goofy. There was only like regular, goofy on that thing, and you put your Lisa Steamer, your Tony Hawk, your, your Ronnie Mullen. You put, or whenever you create, when you would create a skater on Tony Hawk, you would put your stance as regular or goofy, and I didn't even know what that meant at 10 years old, 11 years old, until I got more into my middle school. I got into, what's up, dude? What's up? I didn't do, I got more into skateboarding when I got in middle school. So whenever I started hanging out with like 3 other guys that skated, and they would give me their old boards, and I learned that. So when I would come home, I would try to do what they're doing, but I still need to learn how to do an ollie. Hey man, you can't hear me. You gotta be able to hear me. That's the only way we could work, unless you could read lips. But as as a child, I didn't have that guidance, so I would like go on TV and watch the X Games whenever the X Games came on. I would watch them, and whenever I would watch these professional skateboarders do all these tricks, I want to go outside and try to do the same thing. Yet I didn't even know how to do an ollie yet. I did not know how to do anything. So once I got into middle school, I was like, got into other skaters, and they taught me a little bit. You know, they'll be sitting there doing tray flips. They'll be doing heel flips and stuff like that. I wanted to learn, and that's whenever I actually learned what a goofy stance is, what a regular stance is on skateboarding. You know, I didn't know any of that. I didn't know there was a certain way to stand on a skateboard when I was 13 and 14 years old. I didn't know anything like that. I would just got on the board. I thought you'd just be able to just do the trick itself without worrying about anything. I didn't know anything about switch. You know, I didn't know anything about that. So in middle school, I didn't know anything. Smoke alarm chirp, and then it's 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyway, it was great. So they introduced me to skate parks. You know, we only had one skate park at that time in our community. We had one skate park in that community, and everything was pavement then too. We had a bowl, we had a rail, we had an 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe either an 8 or 6, 8 or 10 staircase, and there was a middle pipe, a pipe right in the middle of it. So the BMX people would get on there and get on there. So it was all good. Hey, people are sleeping. If you want to see what the toilet looks like, hey, it's all good. It's called respect of other people that are sleeping. You know? So anyway, the skate park was big. It was a big skate park, but they tore it down. They tore it down because of parking of whatever business was around that place. So when they tore it down, we had nowhere to skate. We had nowhere to skate except the streets or go into a different town and skate there. Because other towns had other skate parks. We would either, it was so, later on down the road, they built a new one. They funded all this money to make another skate park. And when they made that, I mean, there's so many other people coming from other counties just coming to this park because it's huge. It was huge. The biggest bowl I ever seen was in that skate park. And honestly, I couldn't even drop in. But I did twice. And after that, I was like, okay. It took a 10-year-old kid to have me drop into the 10-foot, I don't even know if it was 10 foot deep. It was a huge bowl, a deep one too. I don't even know anything about, I don't even remember the name of it. That's the thing. I couldn't really go there much because I went to work. I kind of went to work instead of going to the skate park. So it's not that I stopped skateboarding. I didn't stop skateboarding. So fully clothed, man, fully clothed. But the skate park was the biggest one I've seen. I went to North Carolina and seen their skate parks. And it was an indoor skate park when I went into, and I've never been into an indoor skate park. I've never been one. What's up, Hippie? the the skate park in North Carolina, it was inside, and it was very clean. It was a very clean park. Um, it and the time I went there, I didn't know how to do much either. I didn't really know how to drop in. I didn't know how to drop in into that skate park. And the people I was with, they're like, "You gonna let that girl show you around that skate park?" I was like, "Well, kind of yeah, because I don't know how to do what she's doing. I don't know how that chick is dropping into the half pipe or mini ramp or whatever was there, you know." So I didn't really skate much, and the concrete inside was so slick that it was just like, dude, I don't know how to stand on this concrete or skate on this smooth, slick concrete. Because I'm so used to that pavement out there where I lived, and going to a slick concrete from a hard concrete, it was hard. It was crazy. So knowing what I'm used to going to that, I was so intimidated on skateboarding through that. It was hard. It was hard to skate through that. But then later on, I went to the smallest skate park, and in these small skate parks, there's not many people skateboarding in there, which is kind of cool. When you have the skate park to yourself, it's crazy. What's my favorite food? Anything that tastes good. Preferably meat. But going to these skate parks, it's like, whoa, dude, only if I knew how to do things. But then again, it's either skate and hurt myself, or skate around, get the feel for it. Because I don't know if when I go back to this park, I don't know if I'm going to try it out and try to work on it, you know. Because I miss skateboarding. But here's the thing. I do have skate shoes, but today I had to go buy some Walmart skate shoes, if they're even skate shoes, because my skate shoes is somewhere else in another county right now. And I ended up getting the Najee Houston skate shoes. They're solid white. A lot of people think they are like, I'm good. I'm not, okay, not original guy at all. Okay. With my Najee Houston skates, or skate shoes, they're very narrow. So whenever I bought the Nike shoes by Najee Houston, they're very narrow at the end. And so I kind of felt like maybe I cannot get the narrow skateboarding shoes, because I'm thinking my foot's going to hurt inside the skate shoe. Hey, I don't know how many are in the chat, but just know there's a moderator. But buying these Nike shoes of Najee Houston's, a lot of people thought I golfed. I golf, but I do not wear golf shoes. So they were the solid white Najee Houston shoes. And when I got them, I was thinking my foot's going to hurt inside of this. It's going to hurt. But it really didn't hurt my foot. So right now, I can't really ride with them. Just know, like, these Najee Houstons, the soles in the shoe is pink. The outside is white. And the whole shoe's pretty much white. And it has a lot of air inside of them, so you can actually wear it. Hey, if you are, thank you for joining in, man. Thank you for joining in. Man, I'm just sitting here talking about skateboarding, all right, and going to new parks and how my little experiences going there. Well, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to have to find out for yourself, man. Because I am not your person of interest to answer that question. But, so, going to these parks, you know, amazes me. It amazes me. See, there's your question and answer. Um, okay. Hey, dude, I understand, man. Look, skateboarding it's very tough, you know. So don't discourage yourself, man. Don't discourage yourself if you can't skateboard. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about not knowing how to skateboard because there's time in life you can learn, you know. There's no age where you cannot learn how to skateboard. And there's no age where you don't have to stop skateboarding. So just know that. That you could always do it unless you, well, I mean, if you lose a leg, I'm sure you can still do it. I mean, I'm sure you can still skate if you, hey, whatever makes you happy, man, because you know what? If it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. But, you know, there's some people skateboard just to skate. There's some people who are out there learning and still, I mean, you're going to fall off of a pebble. There's going to be one little pebble. That's one thing that's in the back of my head. That one push on your skateboard, oh no, 20%. Okay. So there's that one little pebble that will screw you up. It's the game over sometimes. So when you ride a bike, you don't have to worry about a pebble. The only thing you need to worry about is an earthquake, your tire getting flat, falling into a hidden hole in the ground. And when you fall, you're going to get a handlebar stuck in your chest maybe, or in your neck, or whatever. You're going to have something hurting you. I say this, when you fall off a skateboard, all you have is the pavement to fall off of. And probably 85% of the time, that skateboard is not going to hit you, unlike a bicycle would. When you fall off a bicycle, you might flip, and that bike flips with you. You know, so thank you. I appreciate it. But whenever you fall off of a bicycle, man, especially if it has pegs. If that bicycle has pegs, man, your bike is going to do a tail whip and it's going to get you. It's going to get you for that. But when you fall off a skateboard, you got pavement. I kind of rather have a road rash than I don't know. I don't know what a bike could do. You know. Hey, thank you. My phone's at 20%. I think still it's probably at. Well, I don't know that they sent the phone sent me that. I don't know how many times ago, but to compare, you can sit there and compare bicycle BMX to skateboarding all day. The only thing I feel like probably is the same Easy ride them. You could ride. No, I don't take dumps in jeans, man. And the only reason why this is in the bathroom is because I got a family and I'd rather be in this little condone. And what if it is? What if it is a bathroom? It's not like I'm doing anything in here. That'd be a little nasty, you know? No. But, and if I was sitting on this toilet right now that long, there'd be some hemorrhoids going on, you know? Because if you sit on that toilet long, sitting there and sitting there, I think that's how you get hemorrhoids sometimes. Jump in a live stream. I could dump my drink out. Watch this. There, I just dumped out my drink. All right, there you go. That's a dump. Um, that's a dump. Let's all. I don't know how to say your name. Um, but so going to these skate parks, you know, and learning how to skateboard, you're gonna fall. The best skateboarders fall probably out there in the streets. They fall. But here's the thing: you get back on that skateboard. Well, now you know. What's up, Chase? Just know there's a moderator in here. Hey, when you skate and you fall, you get back on, you figure out what you did wrong, and you try to do it again. But there's something that is going to make you fall a lot. But the professional skateboarders out there, there's professional skateboarders out there that fall all the time. You know, but you can't just master a trick on a BMX bike just like that. It'll take you forever to learn how to do a bunny hop. It takes you forever to learn. I learned how to do a bunny hop, and then I found out there's a Cali hop or something like that. I was like, alrighty then. Okay? So, don't get me wrong. The only thing I know how to do on a BMX bike is the bunny hop, a little bit of a catwalk thing. But nowadays, people are doing catwalks on a BMX or on mountain bikes. That's crazy. You know, it's kind of, I'm like, dude, back in the 90s, you didn't ever see anyone really doing catwalks on a mountain bike. Ever. You didn't see that. You only see people around the BMX bikes and doing their thing. I've never seen a whole big bike doing that. Now, people are riding them like nothing, just... Your kids are like, whoa! And you're like, what? You know, and the kids are coming up with some new age crap, man, to do on these bikes. I give full credit to all the people that ride BMX. I give full credit to the people that are skateboarding. Nowadays, there's like 10-year-old kids that are doing tricks just like that. All right, 10-year-olds. All right, so it's like you're in your 20s right now, and you're seeing a 10-year-old kid doing a tray flip off of a six stair. Bunny hop on a tricycle. Man, dude, I could see someone doing that. I could see someone doing a bunny hop off of that. But that's hilarious. That's hilarious right there. But I give full credit with the BMX, the ATVs, the people on extreme sports, because whenever I started watching X Games, there was this thing called street luge. It was they get on this board and they lay down, they ride it and they lay down. Their feet are like right there and their heads right here. It's almost like the snow, like the Olympics, I don't know what they're called, but they're this. It's off of. I don't know the specific. Um, ice. Cool. I was going to say that. I was going to say that. I was going to say that movie, but I don't remember the sport. It's almost like that, but they were doing it on pavement, and that's an old movie, man. Thank you. That's cool. I think you're in my era. um, then he goes over there and gets them from that over there, and he brings them over to the States, and they're like zooming, and they make that thing. They made it out of wood. That's cool. They made that sled out of wood, and that's what they practiced on. They were like over there thinking, how are we gonna do this? And it doesn't snow here, I think, ain't it? I haven't seen that movie in over 20 years. But yes, so X Games had this street luge. I think that maybe what it was. So people will be going so fast. They always leave the light on for you, right? um, if that's what they say. But they it got me more intrigued into the the sport of skateboarding, because I didn't know that. I mean, it's typically skateboarding, but you're laying down. So they will wear their helmet and all that stuff, and when they go, like whenever the board go into the hay they would have out there for the track, it'd be crazy. Luge, if that's maybe what it was called. They don't have that in the X Games. Now they have street luging. It could be that. I'm not aware of it because they don't have it. So like X Games only has BMX. It shows both women's and men's of skateboarding, and BMX the same thing. BMX, dirt bike, or motocross. What else do they have? It was just what got me watching the X Games. Oh, really? Cool. No, say no to methamphetamines or whatever you're calling them. But with hey, where's my moderator at? Okay, because I do have a moderator. But anyway, it's what got me really watching the X Games as a child in the 90s. And whenever Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out in PlayStation, I'm going way off topic off of the new skate park kind of thing. So whenever you got Tony Hawk Pro Skater for that PlayStation, who knows? It could just be a layout. It could be what, it's your imagination. So whenever I would watch that, skateboarding has just been inside. It has just been one thing. Because doing the BMX thing, falling off the bike is one thing, but having the bike fall on top of you, your whole imagination, it's your whole imagination. But now you're funny. Well, if you see the title, that is what I'm doing. And if anyone thinks I'm taking a poopy, I'm not taking a poopy. I'm not taking a pee-pee. Okay? So get that out of your head. Okay? But the skateboarding nowadays, You have kids that are like 8 years old doing tricks that people took so many years to learn how to do. And because I did not watch the X Games for many years because I didn't really pay mind to the well, probably not. I don't know, man. I'm from. I don't know. I'm just saying. When I said that, I was just talking about, hey, Cool Runnings. I grew up. I know that's an old movie. I don't remember how old is that movie. How old is that movie? Because I might have been not there, but you get what I'm saying. It was back in like in the '90s. Whenever I kind of read it all. Yes, but I could not do that with you guys on here. Whenever you were doing that, they started making games like that golf game or whatever. Whenever you're on the, the commode, it's '90s. Okay, I am not from the '90s. I got into the television bid in the '90s. So with Cool Runnings, that was the '90s. So I look young for my age. So that's what I get a lot. And that's due to good health and not shooting things up in my arms and eating right. You want to know how? This is how you know. Yeah! How do you know now? That's how you know. Does that answer your question, buddy? I'm right here. Who knows? But anyway, so whenever the Illusion came out, I don't remember when the last time they actually put out the Street Luge. Hey, stop. Just make sure. And I like my socks too. Thank you. But just let everyone know that look, this guy is not doing what you guys think. Street luging, I kind of feel like they kind of need to bring it back because I'm never. Okay, moderator, check that out, and if someone has said anything wrong, take them out. Alrighty? So take them out. But and if not, I can do it myself. So the new days, there are kids that are way younger than I expected. So whenever I started watching the X Games like 2 years ago, I did not know there was younger kids. What did we think? What about my jeans? I have no idea. My socks. It was my socks. It was the socks, if that's what she's asking. Or, the color. Oh wait, I'm not even looking into these comments, really. Kids. Hey, I'm a kid at heart. But when you look at the X Games now, you see kids up in there skateboarding. You got them. They're skate. Whenever I would watch X Games, the youngest skateboarder at that time was Najee Houston, and he had those dreads all the way down to like almost down his waist. And then after that, it became Ryan Sheckler. Okay. So After Ryan Sheckler. Well, thank you. Thank you. From Scotland? Hey, that's pretty cool. Al from Scotland? Yo! What does my shirt say? It says, I love someone with autism. That's what it says, autism. I love people. I love someone with autism. That's what it says. So, the skate world has expanded, you know, because whenever, thank you, I like that, because look, I know I want to talk about skateboarding, but look, autism, it's very touchy to talk about, you know, so I don't want to really jump on to autism whenever I've lived around people with it, or with people that can, you know, they're amazing, all right? So whenever it comes down to, oh no, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's one of the reasons why don't the puzzle piece is right here, you know, so I just don't have my shirt laying out like that, so no one can really read it. So I guess I could just do it like this, you know, so Norway, yo, welcome. Welcome. So now we're not going to be all confused. Okay, I'm going to ask Norway. Is there a lot of people out there skateboarding out there? Is there a lot of people out there skateboarding? And how old are they when you see them skateboarding? Are they young kids that are doing these amazing tricks? Wait, what? Hold on. But no, when it comes, see, if it snows where a lot of things are, um, now if it, man, snowboarding. That's what also that was also on the X Games. No, it was the Winter X Games. That's whenever the other part of X Games. So whenever people are out there skateboarding, if you're from a different country, um, what do you have a lot of skate parks in it? And if not, is there are they run down? You know, are they? Well, this is for autism. Sorry. But what is it? Touche. I got you on that one. Um, so you only have like snowboarding up there. How old is the youngest? Are there? Okay, all right. My question is this: what is the youngest like? Because okay, I don't know, I'm trying to convert snowboarding and skateboarding for a second. We don't hand skate parks here in California. What do you mean hand skate park here? Okay. Hey, dude, I'm not here to judge. But the okay, really, Scotland are the what is what when is it really when they're hold on. Do I have autism? Hmm. Well, I'd rather not talk about if I have it or haven't do not, but I'm here to literally talk about skateboarding and everything. No offense. So the skateboarding and snowboarding, I would love to learn how to snowboard, but I cannot do it all the time because I'm sure falling on that snow hurts. I'm sure, man, falling on that snowboard on that snow is great. So, with that being said, it's crazy. Like I said at the beginning of time almost. There's 10-year-old kids that are doing things that grown people that skate. It's the passion that these kids have. They want to learn how to skateboard. And when I was 16 years old, I didn't see these 10-year-olds skating the way I'm supposed to be at however many years I worked at skateboarding, you know? So knowing that these kids are out there skateboarding better than I was at that age is crazy. Because they basically did well with what they had to do, you know? So it's literally late here, and I've been on here for an hour, 58 minutes and 20 seconds. I enjoyed everybody. Wait, what's it got, Guts? Right. Okay, wait, Guts, what did you say again? See, okay, okay, Guts, I want to ask, do you watch more snowboarding or do you watch more skiing? Whenever it comes on, do you watch more skiing than snowboarding? Oh, that's funny. But what do you watch more? The snowboarding part or um the skiing? You know, back in the day, um, there was this computer game. Like whenever I was in school, or I think it was in school, that this computer game, and you'll be going down this slope. There will be this slope that you'll be on your ski, and you'll fall into a little tree on your computer. There's this little tree, and you're sloping down, and you have to go into red and the blue little things, and and every time you failed, you would have to start all over, I think. But this was back in the 90s. What? But with the fact that it was an old game, I don't remember. It's like I don't even know if they still have it on the computer because it was like Minesweep and Pinball and this other skiing game. Wii Sports. No, man. Wii Sports wasn't even back in the day that I'm talking about. No. No. But it was on the computer, and it was so like fidgety. You'll turn like this and this and this way on the ski game. That was the only like interactive game on the computer as a sport really at the time. I just don't remember any other kinds. But the first skateboard game that came out was the Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which came out on PlayStation. I don't remember what year, but I was there. Okay. So do you remember whenever Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out? Or did you ever play that game? Because it's like one of the... At the time, you could not create a skater. I know that you cannot... I know you cannot create a skater at that time. I think Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, you could make and create your skater because, like I said in the beginning, whenever you picked your skater, you could pick if they want to be regular or goofy or normal. So then Pro Skater 2 came out, and they allowed you to create a skateboard. You know, they allowed you to make a creator or create your own skater. So then Pro Skater 3 came out, and that's whenever you were able to do Quest. I think you could do Quest on that one. You could do Quest on the Pro Skater 3. But I remember Pro Skater 1, the first level was you just skate, and then all of a sudden you break the glass. You break the glass for to go into the to the park, and the hidden video would actually because one of the things was to collect skate, you gotta find the skate letters. Oh, 10% now, 10% on my battery now. Well, I think I'm gonna die during this. So you would have to find the letters of skate. And which one of the letters was, once you go down that first ramp on Tony Hawk 1, you go all the way down and you skate up, and there's that letter right between the whole half pipe. And there was that, or it was in the box. There was a hanger above that ramp, I think, and that's where one of the letters was, or I think that was the hidden video. Because there was a secret video. I guess it's like the clips that you have at the end of the day. So you had to collect skate, you had to do a certain gap, and you had to do a special trick. You had to What else did you do? I haven't played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 in many years at all. I have not. Hey. Hey, do what your heart says, man. Oh, thank you. Can I drum more? I'm finger drumming, man. It's just what it is. Whenever Tony Hawk 2 came out, I didn't have this game for a long time. My first game system was a Sega Genesis. That's my first game console, and you didn't have those. Yes, you did. That's 64, Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 had Tony Hawk, but not Sega Genesis. I don't think I had a Sega Genesis Pro Skater. I don't think that there was Tony Hawk on Sega Genesis, but I know on Nintendo 64, the Tony Hawk game was blue. So whenever you got it, it was a blue, and I think Tony Hawk was right there. And whenever that game came out, I think Tony Hawk came out with his shoes. The fact of the game being on 64, it became, I think that's whenever PlayStation 2 came out. Or I think they did Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on 64 as well. Because at the time, I didn't have a 64, I didn't have a PlayStation, I only had the Sega Genesis. I don't even like Tony Hawk really. I'm more of a Ronnie Mullen, Jamie Thomas, who else? Crim Kimball, a little bit of Bam Margera, because I don't like Tony Hawk really because he kind of went corporate more than anything. So no offense to Tony Hawk. So that's when I grew up. And nowadays, like, I've never heard of these skateboarders. What's up? Well, to be honest, I did, but it's on my old channel, so I didn't really skate. Like, I was just getting back into it. My old YouTube channel that I kind of forgot the password, and also YouTube kept on saying I shouldn't be doing certain things, like talk about certain topics. So this is my new one. So the question is, are you okay? Well, anyway, Tony Hawk's games came out, and I didn't have all. I didn't have any Tony Hawk games until I got a PlayStation. And whenever I got that, I don't think I've ever really beat Tony Hawk games. Excuse me. But my mediator, can you do something about these people if you want to? It's your choice, mediator. No, my channel, no, I could still go to my old channel about my skateboarding and the other topics that got me off of it, because it was about a certain kind of medicine that helps a lot of people out and needs to be decriminalized a lot more. So yeah, so I can't really go more in depth with that. But the what? So that is one of the reasons why I could possibly go to them, but I would have to like go to my old one and copy the link and put it on there onto my channel. Wait, I can still do that, but I won't get no credit from that. If it's your birthday, hey, happy birthday. Yes, indeed, right? Cracking a wall, man. No, so you're funny. One moment. Okay, because you already know that you, you, you walked on that crack, you broke your mama's back. But no, you're funny guy. You're funny. Having I did not have. Let's see how much more I have on this phone. Probably less than 7%. I don't know how. It's 7%. I don't know when I got that last notification at all. So I hope. Does it give me how much more? Okay, no, it's telling me 6%. Well, thank you. I take that as a compliment. You know, I said that I was in the subway, and as the coworker was mopping the floor, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I did not want to step onto your mopping the floor that's being cleaned. And she said, you're fine, and I said, well, thank you, I take that as a compliment. She looks up and, well, you are. I'm like, stop it. But anyway, but the skateboarding nowadays have turned into more advanced. The age has changed for these kids. There's kids doing this, and us people that has been skating for all this time have made them look like, it's like, dude, I don't know. I do not know how to do what a 10-year-old can do on a skateboard outside at all. They could do tray flips. They could do the tricks that will take me many, many times to. If I was a skateboarder. You guys crack me up. That's funny, hilarious. That's hilarious. But I hope. So, with the skateboarding nowadays, it has gone crazy. There's no more 900. There's no more 900. That is not the main trick anymore. Doing the 900 is not the. It's not the. It's not the biggest trick in the world anymore. It's not. So. The 900 ain't nothing anymore. It's just like, oh, you know how to do 900, okay. Now there's a 10-20 rotation. How tall am I? I'm tall enough. I can be short enough too. But anyway, let's see how much more percentage is in this phone of mine. Now it's 3%. Anyway, you guys have a good morning, good night. and have a good day. Peace.